Years ago, the majestic lion roamed Rwanda free and in numbers. Since being declared completely wiped out in 2006 when the last lion was spotted, it seemed as if this was simply the end of lions in the country. But today, they're back, and thanks to a collaboration between the Rwanda Development Board, Akagera Park Management, Africa Parks, and Turbo King, the king of the jungle is back to reclaim its kingdom.
Reintroduction of these lions means a lot to our country and to Akagera National Park. It demonstrates our capacity to manage a park. It's also a vote of confidence that our law enforcement is strong. In many countries, population of lions is declining because of illegal wildlife trafficking or illegal wildlife killing. So having these lions in this park, it means that through the partnership between Africa Parks Network and RDB, we have the capacity now to manage the park properly.
The 7 lions, 5 female and 2 males, were donated by 2 different parks in South Africa, and I was lucky enough to follow the journey directly from the source. We started out at and beyond Pinda Private Game Reserve, where the 5 females were coming from, and where the 2 males from another park would eventually join us.
Well, I was approached by Africa Parks if we had any lions available to donate to Akagera National Park in Rwanda. And fortunately at the time, I had 5 lionesses which I thought were suitable for reintroduction. And so, gave a positive response. I was actually very, very excited that we could donate lions to Rwanda and obviously Akagera National Park. I think the lions here at Pinda are very suitable for reintroductions into new sort of national parks, and especially for tourists where there are tourists wanting to view them. We have a lot of visitors and tourists here at Pinda, and obviously our lions are very tourist friendly. You know, they are very habituated to vehicles. They don't run away from vehicles. So the 5 lionesses that are coming from Pinda to Akagera are very beautiful lions. They're very relaxed to vehicles, and I think they'll do very, very well there.
I'm here on location at the Pinda Private Game Reserve, where 5 of the 7 lions who are coming to Rwanda are being tranquilized and prepped to start their journey back home. I'm so excited to be here. We're just steps away, excited and a little bit afraid. After being tranquilized, the lions were immunized against rabies and given a shot of long-acting antibiotics.
We dewormed them for internal parasites, and we sprayed them for external ticks, fleas, lice, anything on the outside. We sprayed them when they came in, so there were very little on the actual animals when they were down. They've been fighting a little bit, so there's a few scratches and claw marks, so the antibiotic will take care of that. But very little actually in the way of injuries as such. But no, this went exceptionally smoothly. They're all looking really good. Yeah, I think it's absolutely fantastic that they're going to Rwanda. I don't think it could be a nicer place to send them to. And I'm looking forward to hearing how they go.
Now our lions are prepped and ready to come to the land of 1,000 hills. After being loaded up and ready to ship out, the lions embarked on their journey to Akagera Park, traveling a whopping 46 hours from their departure to their release. I caught up with some of the park officials on their arrival.
I think it's phenomenal. It's a huge step in reintroductions, big for East Africa, and it's nice that Rwanda is the forefront of it. There used to be over 300 lion here. You know, it's bringing back lions back to the dynamic of where they used to be, and it's going to add a whole different diversity to the park.
We were pleasantly surprised to see the communities, actually thousands of members from the communities, lining up along the roads, welcoming the lions. Different school groups all along, producing their banners, welcoming the lions. So it really shows that, Mr. Mayor, the community is on board. They are welcoming the lions. They see the potential through conservation, they see the potential through tourism, and we hope this is the beginning of a really interesting chapter.
With all the excitement, some skeptics made their concerns known on social media and at the press conference, questioning whether or not the community surrounding the park or even the lions themselves were safe.
The lion is the king of the jungle. Everybody should fear it. It does eat other mammals, But it's not a mammal that is that dangerous, to be honest with you. It got wiped out, first of all, so it can be managed. It has huge potential for Rwanda. It won't have a negative impact on animal populations. We only brought the lions back as well because there's enough food. We wouldn't do if there wasn't enough food. Those mammal populations will still multiply. There will be plenty of food for the lion populations, of which hopefully also will be multiplying. So that shouldn't be an issue.
We have a super equipped law enforcement unit that is in place, well trained, and it's been going on for a couple of years, like 4 now. We have experienced rangers on field, and in addition to that, normally you may ask why did the first lions get wiped out. It was because of animal-human conflicts that has been happening, killing people's cars and people paying back. So this time the park has been separated, physically separated from the communities by the electrified fence, of which we maintain on a daily basis, and we think it's going to work very well for us. One thing I didn't mention earlier is that these animals are collared. So this satellite, they send satellite signals to machines, and they're monitored on a daily basis, and we at least know where they're going to be on every time, and if there's any tendency to cross beyond the boundaries, then we can check it out.
One thing cannot be denied. The reintroduction of lions takes our national park one step closer to the coveted Big Five, which is indeed game-changing for conservation and tourism opportunities alike. Murakazaneza, welcome home. Makeda Mahario, Rise and Shine Rwanda.